Hello and welcome back to Oz Living. Now we're here with Jeff Hunter, who is the founder of CryptoGamingTeam.com for the Philippine Blockchain Week. And so, Jeff, thank you so much for joining me. And you were part of the final pitch a while ago, so tell me about your experience.
It's been really fun. It's great to see that people are still building and doing great things, and just to see how many builders there are in the Philippines. My main company is called VA Staffer. It's a virtual assistant company here in the Philippines, and I have 170, 80 people here.
Wow.
But I never thought about engineering and blockchain, so it's kind of opened my eyes to some other developments I might want to do here as well.
That is so cool. Now I want to focus on Crypto Gaming Team because you're doing so many incredible things. And so tell us all about Crypto Gaming Team and what it's trying to achieve.
Well, it was founded in the heyday around October of 2021 when everything was still skyrocketing to the moon. And there's a lot of games that were coming out. I have a huge background in esports. I worked with Riot Games to help launch League of Legends back in the day, and worked with some really cool people behind like Justin TV, Twitch TV. I had a company called Esports Media. We were like the first broadcasting company that did like shoutcasting for games.
Oh.
Yeah, so like before it was cool, we won Major League Gaming. I was behind a esports team called Check 6 Gaming. So gaming has always been something that has been kind of in my core. And I wanted to get a lot of people into crypto games, but I started realizing really quickly that it was a really hard learning curve for most people. So I wanted to create some sort of a team that we could get together, invest together in these games, and learn how to kind of maximize our profit potential on earning in the game, and also to work with game developers to help with marketing. Because that's one of the things I've learned is that like a lot of people are great at like launching something, but they're not good at sustainability.
And what do you think are the challenges that the GameFi experiences in order for it to like contribute to the mass adoption?
The learning curve is definitely a problem, which is I'm an investor in a lot of different blockchains. I think that some are definitely on pace, faster. I think there's a lot of chains that maybe are not utilized the way that they should, like Flow blockchain. I'm a huge fan of Flow blockchain because, you don't have to download a browser extension, anything like that. So I think there's going to be things like that. A lot of non-custodial wallets or custodial wallets. There's lots of different options out there. So I think that right now the focus in gaming needs to be how to focus on building people into the game and bringing people to the game and making it less about the crypto. And the crypto is something that people are going to learn when they get attracted to the game.
Indeed. And when you look at the biggest trends in the GameFi space, what is in there in the pocket for GameFi in the year 2023, and which projects are currently driving the market growth right now?
Ironically, I would say in 2023, games are going to start being games, because for the past 2 years, they've just been like glorified gambling. And they haven't really had the development on games. Since I come from the gaming world, I know how long it takes to create a really good game. And we haven't had that time yet. So I think that right now you're starting to see, like Illuvium will be coming out in 2023, which is an open world kind of collector's game, and also has like this teamfight tactics auto battler chess. So shout out to those guys. They're doing some cool stuff. I also think that the move to earn format is going to work. Like we've learned about StepN. I was in another project that I invested in called RunBlox, and I think that I've actually lost 20 pounds.
No way.
Yeah, I've lost 20 pounds this year because of a game that rewarded me for going for jogs. So I just feel like there's so much that we can do. And I think that people bringing innovative games that really incentivize people to take action in more than just gaming, but just like in life in general. And whoever builds the best community wins, quite frankly.
I wanna go back to the move to earn. There's a sneaker that is that from Solana. You buy their sneakers and then you basically earn while using that sneaker.
That's StepN.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually there's another one called Genopets, which is on the Solana blockchain. I really enjoy that one. Genopets is, and when you walk around, you can convert your steps into energy, and you can level up your pet. You can also buy land, and you can earn what they have Kai tokens. So there's a lot of cool, innovative things happening right now that I think it's just we're in such an experimental age that things that are coming to fruition are going to be adopted in a mass way. And I think that we've had enough success and enough failures now for developers to know what kind of is going to work and what's not.
And I want to go back to the play to earn because most of the professional gamers play to win. So, how can we onboard more professional gamers to this ecosystem?
I still think there's a lot more money to be made in your own brand rather than the tokens. And I think that, you know, there's going to be hype, and then when everybody buys and everybody has it, there's only sellers left, and that's when it goes down. And, you know, I think a lot of people try to imagine crypto as something more than a free market of exchange, but in reality, it's really just a free market. So the demand has to be on pace with the supply, and it's the supply and demand, you know. So when there's more people buying, it's going to go up. And I think that as people have to understand, you know, some of the best ways to actually to be safe is to get in early. Obviously, is to get in early before it's hyped. Another thing too is a lot of people have found out that they probably are not the best at learning when to sell. Because I hate to say it, but in every crypto project, there's a time to sell.
Yeah.
You know, unless you want to ride it to the grave, that's how it works. So, but on the other side of it, you know, there's a good way of turning a loss into a win by using your own brand into these games and saying, hey, look, there's games where I've wrote it all the way down to the ground, and I'm just like, I'm way behind these guys, and we're going to do it. And even though I knew I was going to lose money, I still did it anyway because I knew that that would earn so much brand respect and loyalty from that company. And the thing is, most of the failures that happen in the blockchain aren't because of a bad game. It's because of the demand. So I think marketing is really important when it comes to gaming and keeping a good influx of new users.
And that is what crypto gaming team is working on, and
yeah. So we educate people on you know what games that they should invest in. I'm actually an advisor for about a dozen crypto games right now, or blockchain games. Some people don't like the term. I like the crypto games just because it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of savage. And then I also educate people all around the world, especially my biggest user base is in the Philippines, on how to actually get involved in play to earn gaming even without having the money, because I think that's one of the biggest cool opportunities that we have in this world, is that we're able to have investors come in and buy assets and actually have other people rent them or do a profit share, and that provides so much equity around the world. Because in the Philippines here, you know, for us in America to drop $1,000 in NFT, no problem. Yes. But here in the Philippines, that's
a luxury.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So the ability for us to all work together and not just wealth distribution, but wealth creation for everybody, that's important to me.
And lastly, you're here at the Philippine Blockchain Week. We're so excited to have you. Tell us all about the how it's going so far, and what potential do you see for the Philippine market?
I think there's so much talent here that, like, I was watching all the booths and I was completely blown away with just the talent and just seeing some of the games that people are developing and the stages they're in. I'm like, wow. Like, I saw a game that was only 5 months in development, and it was further along than half the games I consult for that they've been working on for 2 years. So I think that there's a really big play coming, and it's just it's so exhilarating to see the Filipinos really pushing forward in the blockchain. It's exciting to see.
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for your time. It's such a pleasure having you. You're such savage. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you so much for having me.